Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Pokemon Eevee Who Are You washable doll, a washable plushie. So it is a mystery what plushie you actually receive out of this. There are three variations. I'll just bring the box closer here. You can see that there is one that is smiling kind of, one that is winking, and then one that has its eyes shut. And there's also two males and then one is a female. I don't know if I can tell right from the picture on there. I think this might be the female. So it is random between those three. And this is actually the second Who Are You Pokemon crossover that they've done. The first was Pikachu back in 2020. So this Eevee one released just this October, and Pikachu was released in November of 2020. Now, before we get started, I do want to say thank you to our subscribers over on Twitter and our patrons over at Patreon. So thank you so much for supporting the channel and helping me to unbox this cool stuff for people. So let's get into it. I'll give you a 360 of the box. You can kind of see here some pictures and then a lot of warnings. Hopefully nothing explodes. But yeah, not actually too much marketing on the back. It's basically all warnings. And then some cute pictures on the side. As you can see here too, they're kind of like making fun as if this is a cage. So I think this would be a really fun activity for kids to do. I'm just kind of doing it because I thought it would be a fun, unique type of item to unbox for the channel. This brand is not known as Who Are You in English markets. While doing research for the video, I found out that this Little Live Pets brand does do similar plushies, no Pokemon ones, but you can buy them through things like Amazon, and those are called Scruff-a-Luvs, I think. So there are releases of this product in English speaking countries such as America. However, Pokemon has not done any collaborations. You'll notice that this is actually owned or at least co-owned by Sega in Japan, which I do not think is the case. I think that Sega probably licenses this brand in Japan. So I think that's probably one of the reasons, is that Pokemon is working with Sega versus the owners in America or wherever. But anyway, let's unbox it and get into it. All right, so out of the box, this is what you would see. This is the Eevee. However, it does not look quite like Eevee as we know it. Obviously, it's rolled up into a ball. From this view, I don't think you have a good idea of what plushie you got, because I think the face is the biggest difference that the plushies have, besides the shape of the tail, male and female. If you guys didn't know, female Eevees have more of like a heart-shaped kind of circular pattern going around the tail. And then for kids who are going to be playing with it, it comes with like a name tag and then a collar for the Eevee plush, and finally a comb. You know, unfortunately, I was wondering if this was going to be like marked with Pokemon or something. This is not. It's just the regular brand. Although this actually says Scruff-a-Luvs. So this actually has the English name on it, interestingly enough, instead of the Who Are You branding. The name tag does have the Who Are You branding. Without further ado, let's check out which Eevee I got. There are instructions that come here. And I think this is actually like a best friend certificate. And then you can see the instructions are actually pretty simple. So hopefully this works. I'm just gonna use a bowl of water to wash off the plushie, and then we'll see what it is, dry it off, and see how it turns out. All right, so we're gonna attempt to now wash off what I'm assuming is glue holding this together. I'm actually not sure about the science of how these kind of are put in this balled up mode and then stuck there. But I'm gonna attempt to use the bowl of water here and try to get it unstuck. I try to put in just enough water so it's not gonna overflow when I put this in, but we'll have to see. I have never done one of these things, and hopefully it'll turn out well and not ruin any thing, because I'm kind of deathly afraid of having water in this room and where all my Pokemon stuff is. But let's do this for science. All right, and I guess we have our Eevee here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to wash it off more or what. The berries are super cute. I didn't see this in any of the marketing materials. I didn't know I was going to have berries in its hands. So that's definitely adorable. I'll just put those off to the side. It does look like we got the one that is super happy, probably because it wound up in Pokejungle's Pokemon room. And I'm thinking it's female. I'm not sure. You guys can weigh in on that. But anyway, it is quite wet. I think this would be a really fun toy to get a child and just like be able to kind of like have an interactive experience opening up a plushie or whatever with a kid, and versus just like opening a package and hey, it's a plushie. So it would be fun if they did bring this over to the US, because now the original Pokemon fans, many of them are parents. I mean, not many of them, I don't know. But certainly people of my generation definitely have kids. So I think this would be a fun activity if you are a Pokemon fan who is a parent to give a child. And we will see how the actual plushie turns out after I give it a little dry, because it is looking like a wet dog right now, which I suppose it kind of is. So let me dry this off and we'll see the finished result. All right, so here is the finished Eevee. It looks like it had a bath or went through something. Remember, it does come with this little comb, so you can brush out its hair, comb out its hair. I will say it's quite, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tangled here. So the drying process, which I did off screen, really involved actually just, drying off with a towel, making sure that everything was kind of like wrung out of it. And then I actually left it overnight. So this is actually the next day. Still a little bit damp in the tail and butt area, leg area. Wherever there's thick stuffing is kind of still a little bit wet. I did use a hairdryer, which they do recommend on the warm setting. However, that did not, I didn't have time. I'm sorry. I didn't have time to sit there for, like 20 minutes to go over every inch. So I kind of left it to air dry a little bit overnight, and then I did do a little bit of the hair drying. So what do I think overall? I think that it, like you can see how the plushie turned out. I think it's cute. This is actually the male. I did check. This is the male. I guess the female one has more, even more rounded ones than what you see here. So this is the male, happy face, both eyes closed. And I honestly think for kids, this would be a super fun plushie. I think that when it's in that like ball form, there's some sort of story that it's, been neglected and it's sad. And then you get to clean it up and reveal the plushie inside. And obviously it's happy now that it's with you. I think that's super fun. And I think that there is obviously the element of interactivity with the toy. And those cute berries, the oran berry and the pecha berry that come with it. I don't know if there are other berries. I'm not sure about that. But I think it is a lot of fun. As a collector, please don't hate me, I'm gonna be a little bit harsher on it. I just feel like it doesn't necessarily look like an awesome shelf item. And I also just, as an adult, I feel like I have enough things to clean and wash and everything. It was a little bit too much for me to really, like, I guess if there was like a character that I collect and I really love, like Swaddle or Cherim, I'd go through the process just to get it. But yeah, I think it's a lot to go through with the drawing process and stuff. Just for what's, you know, I don't know if it looks the cutest as like a display piece. I think, again, for kids, I think that this look and the fluff to it is really cute, but I don't know if it is, you know, like what a collector, and, you know, I could be totally wrong. Some Eevee collectors probably would love to have this on their shelf, but I think it just, yeah, for me, it's, you know, not the product, and it's not geared toward me, so it doesn't have to be for me. I think it is a lot of fun if you're enjoying it with a younger fan. But I hope you guys enjoyed the look at this and how it kind of turned out. I'll put the collar on just for show. I feel like it mostly gets hidden under the collar of fluff that the Eevee already has. However, if you put it over the fluff, it just looks too much like you're choking the poor thing. So I think that this is probably the correct place to attach, or, you know, affix the collar to. But anyway, you know, like I said, I think it is a really fun toy for younger Pokemon fans, and I think there's a lot to enjoy. So I do hope that they bring this to the American Scruff-a-Luvs line, I guess, and then, you know, fans may have an easier time purchasing it. Although this one I did buy off Mecha Japan. You can also find it on Amazon JP, so I'll put some links in the description. But let me know what you thought, and let me know as well if you like the Pikachu or the Eevee better. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Leave them down in the comments. Follow us on social media if you want to, and take care. Thanks, everyone.